98.3 FM. Good morning.
Thank you for staying with us. It is still mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. 8:41 a.m. It's time for Mainland Focus, where you get to be a part of the conversation. And today being Friday, we don't have the luxury of ending the show at 9:45. We'll be ending the show at 9:30 today. So we need to keep things very, very sharp and short, very, so we can ensure that we have enough time to have an engagement as regards the focal points of the day. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. I have Fuad Sahid with me via the phone line. And before we go into the focus of the day, just a quick one from the front page of Vanguard newspaper. And that's as regards reps move to create a new state in the southeast, and it has passed its first reading. That is on page 11 of Vanguard newspaper. Hopefully, one of our other shows will definitely treat that, going forward. All right, so you may want to stay tuned for that. It's on page 11 of Vanguard. Reps move to create a new state in Southeast. The conversation came up last year before the election as regards, equity and all of that. The fact that the Southeast has just 5 states where there are, regions that have about 9. Okay. So get more details there, all right. And the Fuad's story that is on Fuad's list as regards people giving birth. It's not just IDP apparently, even in hospitals now. And there's a motion that's been moved now that they should make childbirth in hospitals expensive, so you can discourage people from giving birth. But I sincerely there's exactly and then there's so many options as regards that. Let's move on to the focus for today. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can join the conversation on both platforms. Drop your comments as the show progresses and we'll take it. All right, at Mainland 98.3 FM on both Facebook and YouTube. Please do well to support us, like, follow, share, subscribe on our platforms. Now, the two stories we're taking, the first, of course, is as regards the major headline on the front page of The Guardian, and that's as regards poverty amid plenty. So, in the midst of surplus, there isn't much that it is showing on the people. That's just basically what that is. And the big question is, how do we tackle the problem of destitution and homeless kids in Nigeria? How do we handle that? What's your take on that particular one? There are some people who are preferring solution as regards, maybe we should, take them to IDP centers. Maybe we should get them rehabilitated. Maybe we should, engage them in activities that will sustain them, or maybe we should tell, especially those who are in, not their state, maybe we should tell them that they can go back to their states. As which governor was it that did that? I think it was Sanwo-Olu that did something similar in Lagos. But let's have a conversation as regards this. How do we tackle the problem of destitution and homeless kids in Nigeria? Okay. The second focal point is taken off the front page of the Punch newspaper. Yes, and that is as regards presidential candidate of the PDP in the 2023 general election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, has demanded a probe as regards the subsidy, implicit subsidy being paid by the Tinubu administration. So, do you support this call by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as regards, are we paying it or not? The calling on the president to come clean and take ownership of his policies. Yes, that's the report, and that is on page 14 of the Punch newspaper. He said that he demanded an open investigation, and he has also called on the National Assembly as well to take charge of their capacity of oversight function and do what is necessary to check this. 5.4 trillion is what's projected to be spent on subsidy in 2024. So, Do you support this call by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar? And what do you also make of the statement by the government? I think I lost something there. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So what do you also make of the statement by the government as regards this particular issue? Let's have a conversation. But before then, of course, Fuad Sahid is on standby to give us his own thoughts as regards the focal points of the day. And then we open up the phone line for you to share your thoughts and your contribution as regards the focal point. So, Fuad, oh no. I think we lost that one. All right. So the number to call is 0913-6000-410. 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call to join the conversation. You can also send WhatsApp messages to 0913-6000-430. 0913-6000-430. That is the number to send your WhatsApp messages to. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Yes, okay. Very quickly, Fuad.
Okay, yes, on the issue of increasing number of destitute and homeless kids in Abuja and parts of the southwest, I think basically we're talking about how to tackle poverty, widespread poverty in Nigeria. That's basically what we're talking about here. And in doing that, it's just about getting our priorities clear. When I talk about our priorities now, we have these scarce resources now. The monies are not readily available. And so we shouldn't be a nation where the scarce resources of the land is majorly set aside to take care of the needs of a few who have found themselves in government or who are their political cronies or business associates. The milk and honey of the land, we must ensure that it now begins to address the issue of excruciating poverty in Nigeria. And one of the ways to also do that is to get some level of accountability at the subnational level. The subnationals must work at the level of governors. What are the governors doing? I agree that, of course, major questions have to be asked as to the efficiency and effectiveness of policies of the federal government when it comes to tackling poverty. But we also have to bring the subnationals on the table to also begin to ask them critical questions as to their performance. What are the governors doing in their respective states? If you notice this story, basically talks about Abuja and parts of the southwest. Because these people that are moving around are looking at areas where people can support them and help them out of the level of poverty they found themselves. So in these other parts of the country, what is happening? What are the governors doing? Then again, we can go back to the conversation as to local government autonomy and functionality of our local government. Because again, the easiest way to tackle poverty is to tackle it from the grassroots. Tackle it from the grassroots. Those are where the locals are. But again, we have a situation where our governors, they just keep amassing everything. They collected everything. Everything now is in their hands, and yet they are not doing anything. And that was why I came up with the idea of, look, Sandra, just imagine we have a functional federal government and a functional local government system without the state governors. Are we still not going to get things done in the country? So what exactly is the function of the governors? Why are they so important? If we have the federal government and we have functional 774 local governments in the country, I'm telling you there will be better governance in the country than what we have with the states now in terms of performance. Because that's actually taking governance to the grassroots.
The next focal point, please.
Yes, so the next one is the issue of this articles call. Like I said earlier in the morning, Sandra, if you are a lover of the country, if you are actually very patriotic and you claim you love the country, there's no way you will not support what article is calling for. We have to know what's going on with subsidy payments. And like I've always said, if you think now that we don't even have every appropriation and we don't have clarity, it's even more ridiculous. Because you don't even know what we are dealing with. It's all shrouded in secret. And there's nothing that can encourage corruption. No. So I support what Atiku has said, 100%.
All right. Thank you very much, Sahif. I appreciate 8:50 a.m. Like I mentioned earlier, today is Friday, so we're going to be very, strict with time management today. We won't be having anyone exceeding 2 minutes as allotted to every caller. So we can also take, engagements from Facebook and WhatsApp. So you can send your Facebook messages on our live streaming platforms on Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM, and WhatsApp is 0913-6000-430, and it's just WhatsApp messages 10. So let's have a conversation. You have just 2 minutes. Please keep things clean and straight to the point. Hello, good morning. Hello? 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 All right. Probably is not ready for us. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, I'm a friend for I'm calling from Mende.
You're welcome, sir.
So focusing on this morning. I think they go together. The issue of restitution in Nigeria, it has become endemic. We are all human beings, and the issue of restitution has not been given attention. We just pretend that the detectives have created their own problem, instead of looking at it as a societal problem. If you go to the US, that is the bastion of democracy, the institution is taken care of. They know that when people are helpless and the rest of the society don't take care of them, they are going to definitely become a liability to the rest of us who think we are doing well. So there is no way we can neglect the welfare of our fellow countrymen. So I think the government have to come up with a very sound program like BOG and some welfare program to take care of those unemployed people. People who have no way of making money. As long as they prove that they are citizens of Nigeria, they are entitled to the welfare, to have some good well-being.
Right.
So the government must own up and reduce their own waste.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Yeah. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Sandra. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Peter Thomas is my name from Shomolu.
All right, Mr. Peter, please go ahead.
Yeah. Now, Sandra, I will ask a question. When did we start to get this influx and this escalated level of destitution in Nigeria? Subsidy gone, we raised the tariff of the NEPA, and then people cannot move around again. And then the insecurity, the children that used to be with their parents in the farm are out of the farm, and then they are roaming about. Then people that used to be in their businesses, children will stay with their parents in their shops. Those shops are no longer functioning because there is no power supply for them. And then the people that used to stay and help. See, the point is that if I were to be Tinubu, I would have listened to Nigerians, and all this would have been copped. I would have listened. I would have heard that. Look, since I came up with these policies, a lot of people are hungry, are begging. Let me tell you another fashion of begging. I went to buy sachet water the other day near my house from one of our malams. I just bought a bag of pure water. 3 young guys surrounded me. Please, Oga, give me one. Please, Oga, give me one. I open it, and they take one sachet of pure water. And one morning, I just went there, and a school child in a school uniform just approached me that, please, I want to go to school. I have not eaten. Can you buy me bread? And let me say this again. When we were having this strike, the children were at home. As I just opened my shop and enter, one boy and one girl approached me and said me, please, can you buy bread for us? This is the level that the thing has gone. And the boy approached me on the road and said, my mom is I should come and meet you. I said, who is your mom? I don't know your mom. He said, he's living that upstairs. I don't know it. This is the problem we are having. Let Tinubu reverse all these obnoxious policies. Otherwise, this thing will continue and we'll keep talking about it on the radio.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pitt. I don't know about reversal of policies at this time that we are in. I think we've gone too deep for us to have a conversation as regards.
They can change it. They can remove the subsidy on fuel. Sorry, escalated.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Appreciate. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
This is Okangolina. I live in Mapuluku.
You're welcome.
Good morning. I did hear you.
Well done, sir.
Yes, sir.
By mistake, we have light today.
Hey, celebrate it now. Your little wins.
I just let me give you an update.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You people say Atiku used to run to Dubai at every election, at the end of every election cycle. Now the man has changed. He's here now. He's preparing you. I think it's Atiku that is giving life to Nigeria. In fact, he's the one that is telling Nigeria what is really happening. And I want to encourage the man. Let him continue. But he said they should investigate. They should set up a probe or whatever. Who will? Mr. Fuad. It's not like you are telling a chief to go and prove himself. How will he do that? You know? How can you ask the people that you say they did wrong to go and prove themselves? Who will come out of that? Nothing. So I think unless you go and employ Price Waters and these people in abroad to come and prove these people, because there's something that we will achieve. So my own is just that it's good that you get, all right, don't start to. I'm not watching my time. All right,
it's prompting you. It's a prompt.
I missed out again what here.
What you have wasted like 30 seconds.
I want to encourage the article to continue. Thank you.
Okay.
091360410.
No good for anybody. That's the spirit out.
It's okay. Well, as I mentioned earlier, today is Friday, so we don't have that luxury of till 9:45. That's why we have to try to make things as as swift as possible. So please try to stick within the 2 minutes time frame that's allotted to every caller. Hello.
Hello. Morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, yeah, Walter from Sule. How are you?
Fine.
So you said it all today. Nice one. I will not chip in one or two things to articles on articles behalf. I was saying it's coming out possibly, strongly opposing an opposition force. It's just beginning. It's not a pitch of the iceberg as what APC did during Jonathan regime. We all know what APC did. And we all know the promises and so on this president gave us those days of opposition. The public 30 naira per litre for fuel, what do you call it again? For the unemployed, serious money every month and so on, the youth and so on. So what's going on today? All those promises he promised during those days of Jonathan when he was under the opposition force, where are they today? What I'm saying is the opposition needs to come up, put this present regime on their toes. And I can give kudos a lot to Atiku for giving us all these hidden facts and so on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Walter.
Thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Walter. Appreciate. Time check right now is 9 o'clock, and you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. It's Mainland Focus. We have two focal points on the table this morning. The first is as regards the statement or the question surrounding the fuel subsidy payment and Atiku demanding probe and also calling on the National Assembly to perform its oversight function. We also have here poverty amid plenty, growing nation of destitute as homeless kids invade Abuja and Southwest. How do you think the government should tackle this problem before it becomes a national threat? 091360410, that's the number to call. But we have some Facebook messages, so we'll take quickly some Facebook messages and we'll be back to the phone line in a bit. I have here, good morning. All the calls of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the PDP is correct. We hereby anticipate the answers to all the questions before the President speaks to the people again from now on till June 12th and afterwards. However, there's nothing wrong with President Tinubu government reversing her subsidy removal after removing it. Wait.
You're already telling the subsidy is back. You say reverse.
There's nothing wrong with President Tinubu government reversing the subsidy removal after removing. Okay, meaning they removed it and they went back to they put it back. Okay. That's what he's saying. In fact, there was no basis for removing it because the people must have subsidy until production start happening in the real sectors. Government must be careful of information turned out to the people all over the world for effective information management. But they err and insult the people's sensibility by not accepting the fact that the people are finding it difficult to understand their policies to plan accordingly. Look, President Tinubu should work now, communicate more and better, reduce the number of people appointed to speak for him so as to gain the people's trust. For example, Bayo Onanuga and the minister should stop speaking for the president. He should advise the president. The minister should carry out policy implementation. His teaching time saves 9. Tochukwu Adele Thompson from Obanikoro sent another one which is also equally long. So help me God. Alabama Ade is saying, good morning, mainland Sandra and Fuad. I support the call of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to investigate concerning subsidy. Please, Mr. President should answer. In fact, there's a lot of issue in this country. We are waiting for 2027. They should continue to deceive themselves. Ebilade Ambo, still on Facebook, also is saying Atiku is playing the role of a gadfly, a person who stimulates or annoys other people, especially by persistent criticism. It is highly commendable. We need more people like him to keep the Tinubu government on its toes. Also, Avia Uduak Utong is saying, I support Atiku. It's a clandestine subsidy removal. Still on Facebook, we have here Olumuyiwa from Abuja. Yes, is saying, good morning, Mainland FM. On Focus today, one of the ways to tackle destitution in Nigeria is to think rightly during election. Religious and ethnic affiliation is not a yardstick to provide good governance, but capacity and sincerity of would-be leader, and we should bother with real issues during election instead of bothering ourselves with Muslim or Christian Muslim ticket. Federal government created this poverty with its policies, and it is the only one that can come up with policies that will alleviate the poverty it has created. They are just giving bonus to state to loot. After all, we know that most states are not functional. Muiwa from Abuja. Thank you very much. Still on this poverty and humanitarian conversation, the minister of that ministry has been on suspension since January. So that means he just does that.
There are people there. I'm sure the permanent secretaries and directors are there still running the show.
So they are the ones that are now taking them.
Of course, yes.
It's all right. It's all right. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Fred.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah. On the calling, someone is my name from Isolo.
Okay, Mr. Samuel.
Yeah. On the issue of this subsidy removal, if you can remember sometime ago, I think last month or thereabout, I said it, that we are even paying higher than.
It was in April.
More than what we are paying before. So they came out, Bayo and Co. came out and denied it. Now it's still from them again. But on the issue of this article presentation, who is going to investigate who? The budget padding people, which are the Senate, are they the ones to investigate? Or the EFCC that is after Yahoo boys that is going to investigate from where they are eating from? No, none of them is going to investigate. So the one thing we should know is this: subsidy is back. And the white lie of a thing that they are saying, which is our president travels all over the world to influence the people that will come and invest. Has anyone come? None of them has ever come. Based on the lies and the wrong policies that are being implemented. Meanwhile, the companies that are still in the country are moving away. So how would the foreigners come? They cannot come. Then on the next issue of a thing, based on the wrong policies and all these things, it has to create that poverty. In other words, to move to make more distance along the road, along the street, even in my compound, as solo here. As you are coming out of your house, they see it right. Right. You see people begging. This one. My brother, I was looking at myself. In fact, as of this day, I shed tears.
Right.
On that way, I shed tears. So they based on the policies. So if those institutes Thank you. Let us continue. God bless you. Have a lovely weekend.
God bless you too, sir.
And you as well. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Lady Sandra.
I'll need you to speak louder, please.
Good morning, Lady Sandra.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, the last time I checked, Sandra is my in-law from Ogun State. Since why is from Osun. Of course, I'm from Ondo State. We have to investigate.
We know you will let the listeners know.
This
we know.
We have to investigate 𝐽ᴏᴏᴏ if he is truly a Lagosian. This is what I'm trying to say. See, this issue of destitute, as far as our flag is still green, white, green, we still operate this constitution, this particular constitution we are operating in. These people are Nigerians, and they have the right to go anywhere in Nigeria to live in peace with anybody. You understand? So these people are Nigerian, and they have the right to be in Lagos, just as I'm in Lagos, just as M쏘ɪᴜᴜ is in Lagos, and every James Ogbonna, they are in Lagos. Because Lagos we are not from Lagos, but then because of this constitution we are here, so they have the right to be here. But then we have to regard these people as for now our problem. You understand? In as much as we still operate this particular constitution, we have to admit these people, we have to say yes, they are causing problem in Lagos. We have to admit yes, they are Nigerians and they are our problem for now. You understand? So the issue of subsidy, we are not subsidizing it. We are only trying to intervene. See, I remember at the back then. Whatever you have to do, President Tinubu, to help the masses in terms of this high cost of fuel, do it. Whatever you have to do to bring the dollar down, do it. And the president, they are doing it, and they intervene.
You should do it with some level of transparency and openness. That's what we're saying. Let's come clean on it.
Of course, I agree.
Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate your contribution this morning. Thank you. Hello.
A very good morning to you, Lady Sandra.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Fuad. Sandra, it's about to get for Madame. Yes, as I like balloon here now.
Good morning, Mrs. It's okay.
You see, I think it's not the role of opposition. Yes, that is right to be. We are talking. He's talking. But where the giant like people talk, yeah, the government will know somebody is talking you. Because for me, when you talk about translation, yes, and yes. I want everything to be okay. Because I always say those who study our commonwealth, they must be dry, they must be taken to special court, our money must be taken down to project. So anything that corruption is my enemy. That's number one. Number two, the guy we are talking about, yes, the country is at a very low distance now. When you talk of production or this or that. But from Nigeria, we are not ready to work. When you talk of local government today, some are local. Some instead of there, a young man sitting there walking on the street. As of now, what you find a man? Around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, in a joint, taking this thing they were taking. But that you go to work. If you tell me no work today, it's like that a green land, you can be a farmer. Farmer is making a lot of money. Look at Gary. Gary being exported for London or from America. You don't have a father growing. So if you have nothing to do, go back to the land. And that is it. As I'm talking to you, I have family in my town. So now, somebody begging here, begging. Federal government, they were doing something. Only those in charge of it, they may not be honestly sick. When they say they are giving palliative to some people, as of today, now they were talking of 75 million, maybe 75, I don't know how many million. We want to give this palliative. So if we go to the direct channel, I think they not the feeling of people, they want to assist them. They're not people in charge, they're not honest. Look at this woman, that's 7 billion taken away. Look at the don't get a minister, another is also expensive. So we need honest people to gather to guide this country. Good morning to you, my dear.
Good morning,
God bless you.
God bless
Prince
you,
Wise,
sir.
thank you very much, Prince Wise. Good morning, Prince Wise. Thank you very much, Prince Wise. I appreciate. All right, 09136400410. It's 11 minutes past 9, and you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. It's Mainland Focus. Let's see some messages we have on WhatsApp. We're back to the phone line in a bit. Hi, Mainland FM. The disparity line amongst the classes, which are rich, middle, and poor class, has gotten so wide that the middle class has now merged with the poor, making it only the rich and the poor. Let the government focus on the educational sector, especially in areas that are having a large chunk of their people not going to school. Let the government create programs that will enable people to be able to stand on their own, fight insecurity without bias. A lot of people begging here and there actually have homes but have been chased out. Some are farmers that cannot go back to farm. Finally, on the issue of subsidy, until we have transparency and accountability, nothing will happen. We'll then make Nigeria. Okay, that's John from Festac sharing his own thoughts there. I also have here, still on WhatsApp, there's nothing to add or subtract from Atiku's demand or comment on their twisted stories of fuel subsidy. They have consistently claimed that subsidy have gone, and anyone who dares to say the opposite is termed a whaler and indeed a saboteur. All they have perfected in doing is just to sell a false story and theory to the populace and create unnecessary argument while they continue with their hide and seek in secrecy with heavy looting. Our experience with Buhari and his attack is still very fresh in our minds. Let's not allow this government go too far with the same style so that the damage will be minimized. Let's encourage Atiku to go on. He's doing well. And that's Steve from Ijaniki. I also have here, good morning, Mainland FM. How do you float the Naira when you're not earning enough dollars to keep it at a certain value? My advice to this government is to retrace their steps, go back to the way Emefiele and the other CBN governors were using to stabilize the Naira. All this tokenism manner of borrowing from everywhere to defend will not work. Chooks from Ikorodu. Also, we have here, good morning, Sandra and Fuad, on Atiku and federal government. I think the former vice president is in order with his queries, and the federal government truly owes us Nigerians some explanation, particularly also regarding I think I lost that. Okay. Particularly also regarding clear pathways to the future under the Tinubu administration. On destitutes, the issue is complex. Poverty, insurgency in the north, reckless procreation, etc. However, we must not overlook the likelihood of some subterfuge that may be groundwork for instigating insurgency, especially in the southwest. Akin Adigun from Ikpaja. I don't know what you're doing there, but the message keeps coming and going. I don't know how that's doing. Who is a destitute? Almost 80% of Nigerians are destitute. How many Nigerians can feed 2 usual square meals? I expected Labour to ask government to reduce their pay, pump price, and open borders. No more middle class citizens, rather executive beggars. And that's Ifeanyi from Asheshe sharing that one. Alright, we also have here, good morning to you all. I support Atiku 100% because this present APC government is full of denial. Nobody should believe any word coming from them. They won the so-called election through lies, deceit, and propaganda. But all these deceit have expired. So many promises have been made by this government, but no one has been fulfilled. Martins Duru, aka Mayor from Ikotun, Egbe. Good morning, Milan crew. This is Jacob Cool from Bariga. Federal government should endeavor to end the issue of new minimum wage and begin implementation to address plight of Nigerian worker prior to the economic hardship in the country. 15 minutes past 9. We're going back to the phone line. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning. I like this one.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah,
Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Thank you. On the issue of Atiku Abubakar, I'm not in line with a statement. The reason is why. You see, history will judge everybody in this country. You see, it is not people like Atiku. We talk and I will tie him. Because he's part and parcel of the people that brought us into calamity. Where is National Oil? Where is Unipetrol? You understand? Now he went and built a mansion in Dubai. And that is why I always, be beside Dangote. Dangote with his wealth, whatever all his work is in Nigeria. Nigeria is getting employment, whatever anybody can say. So you see, so that is on that on article. You know, so on the issue of the destitute, fine. Our president Tinubu has addressed our immediate need, and that is why you see people migrating from rural area to urban area. It's so alarming. People are not able to go to farm, and that is why they are migrating to urban area. Our president will address this issue, especially the issue of insecurity. Look, I want to buy food yesterday. About 3 or 4 people surround me at the filling station, begging. I know some are cows, you know, but at the same, even the lady is there. You understand? So these are issues. So presidents will address our immediately. In terms of security, people want to farm. They are not able. They don't have that audacity to go to bush to go and farm. You understand? So the issue of our refinery is very key. Whatever anybody did, is going to be in record, and that is why we are talking about it. Have a nice day.
And you too, sir.
And you too. Thank you very much, Alhaji Zubair. Appreciate your contribution. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, my people.
Oh, good morning.
Yes, Madam.
You're welcome.
Alhaji Zubair, the government has made them out. If the government is running well, nobody would like to do a tax now or do a better. And good morning, Osawad.
I'm with you, ma. Good morning, madam.
Yeah, look at, we are talking about destitute. Only one American woman, Oprah Winfrey, helped 65,000 people, one with her riches. And this is a woman who never had a child. But he has 65,000 child. I only read it this morning. They said he's about retiring, and all of them, they gathered in the stadium for her. One person. Well, is there no northern people who are very, very extremely rich, richer than that woman? How many people did they bring out? Among those are imagining that they line up and they give them 200, 100, 500. They are footballers there. They are basketballers there. They are athletes there. Everything might not be education, but what are the talents in those children? And they try to start from them, and they try. And the article, you are managed by side. That petroleum something that doing here, it is not just the issue. Everybody that comes in now, the president will sit on top of Ministry of Petroleum and sit down there and put one person that will be sending message that Minister of State. Is that how to run a petroleum industry? Is that how to run why are you sitting on it? If not for this subsidy, that is the quick way of making money, and they refuse to stand up for that ministry. Everybody be governor. I will take your birthday. I will maybe for Sandra. I will still call you.
It's for
then you send me money. They are fine barrel. They are fine barrel.
I'm sure that people are at the door waiting for you to just come out.
Thank you very much.
You will see that they will be looking at me.
They are waiting for you as you come out.
Okay. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Madam Sandra. This is someone calling from Mᴏᴏᴏ.
All right.
Yes, you're welcome, Mr. Samuel.
Yes, it is unfortunate that some of us, the callers, have become the spokesperson of the government. We are the one now telling. We are
our opinion.
Yeah, I know. We are the one now saying that the government is intervening, and the government themselves has not even come out to say whether they are intervening or they are paying subsidy. They deny everything totally. You can see the irony of everything. Even we are talking about transparency. When the president was the governor in Lagos State, how transparent was he as a governor of Lagos State? That we are talking about transparency. You need another thing. Atiku has make a statement that he has, the way he run Lagos, he has take it to the federal. You can see, and now people, even the supporters are not even seeing it in that way. You understand? On the destitute that we are talking about, it is not about whether they are from Nigeria or they are from another country. The issue is what is the government doing? You understand? To put a stop to this kind of thing. It is not even about whether they are begging. It is an harassment thing. You understand? So what did the government do to put a stop to this kind of thing for not happening again? You understand? And when you look, there is no any plan. And for the secretary to the federation that is saying that he cannot pay a driver 100,000. You know, I don't blame him. I don't blame him because it's because he will see anybody that is driving a vehicle as a maybe is an uneducated person. Maybe they don't go to school. You understand? That is the way he thinks. And I believe that he is speaking the mind of the president. Because if somebody in that kind of position, you should mind the way you talk and what is coming out of your mouth.
Right.
Thank you.
It's so painful. Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hello.
Good morning. Well, Sandra.
Good morning.
So many things are being said.
Your name, sir?
Citizen Gabriel from Olowura.
All right, you're welcome, sir.
Akume has exposed himself. He's one of the people that we have, one of the problems we have in Nigeria. And these people are all running to Lagos to do security because of what the herdsmen are doing in his state. Benue, Plateau, and
I think Benue has the highest number of IDP camps now.
Yes.
Benue State.
So, Akume has exposed himself. He has exposed himself. And another thing is that this government has nothing to offer. That's the thing. As long as the herdsmen have taken over the farmland, food will be costlier than what it is today. That's one. Two, as long as we continue to import refined petroleum, we take crude from here, export, then refine and bring it here, it will cost more than this. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Citizen Gabriel. I appreciate 22 minutes past 9, and you're still on to mainland 98.3 FM. Let's take some Facebook messages. We'll be back to the phone line to wrap things up. Sean Johnson is saying the level of increase in destitution is caused by a lot of inhuman policies affecting the people negatively, coupled with insecurity, with expectation of more policies to come and haunt us, as some of us are already having nightmares. When we heard that more tougher times are to come. Subsidy removal is in two phases. One, the people in country, why are they denying subsidy? And those outside the country are telling us to remove the remaining one so as to fulfill their conditions given to our leaders. All right. Patrick Obiazo is saying Atiku Abubakar called out the government over the fastest secret Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway to fraud award and the prompt release of funds to the contractor without due process. The House of Reps promised a probe. Civil society groups went to sleep. Government called the bluffs of Nigerians, and the matter died. Enter the backyard subsidy payment in the house alarm raised by Atiku. Everyone is keeping quiet. Government is doing their business. That is where we found ourselves. I also want to ask. Moving on. Dayo Dada is saying, "Good morning, crew. I want to ask: Can the corrupted fight corruption? What do you expect from this cash and carry government that forced themselves into power through vote buying?"
I think he already has this line written somewhere. He just speaks and
just speaks.
he just speaks and then maybe edit one or two things. And one of the very interesting listeners we have, really.
Very unfriendly message here. But we get what you're saying, though. We're not, cutting you out. But
so this is radio, really. There's some things we can't really appreciate.
Good morning, Sandra and Fuad. Many Nigerians don't understand the game President Tinubu plays with the policy of subsidy gone. President Tinubu indirectly increased petrol price from 187 naira to 610 using subsidy gone to cover up, because Nigerians would have reacted if he didn't say subsidy is gone. He needed more money, so he did what he did. With the present dollar rates, Nigerians know subsidy is not gone. Let the National Assembly do their work, as Atiku demanded. Benjamin from Shogunle. I also have here Temitope on Notoye. The earlier this administration at all levels, federal, state and local, tackled the problem of food inflation, unemployment, insecurity, etc., we continue to have a high number of destitute children. Government needs to create an enabling environment and ensure there's adequate security for farmers to be able to go to farm so that prices of food can come down drastically. Also, for how long shall this administration continue to govern based on propaganda, following the debunked document and the news that government has not paid 5.4 trillion naira on fuel subsidy and still insisting that subsidy is completely gone? To me, even an educated person knows that when the exchange rate of naira to dollar rises, the global price of crude oil increases, definitely to increase the amount of importation of refined fuel that is brought into the country. So, a situation where the price of fuel per litre remains fixed at filling station I feel calls for great concern, which has greatly shown lack of transparency and accountability. Nigeria, we hail thee. God bless Nigeria. Temitakwe and Notwe. All right, let's take one or two more calls as we wrap things up this morning on the show. Hello.
Yeah, Sandra, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Don Peters. Good morning to you, Fahad. I'm sorry for the hold back. I'm on the road, but I parked on the roadside.
It's fine. Good morning, Don Peters.
Yes. Fahad, do you remember one time ago, I told you that this government is sinking the middle class into poverty. And the poor people in Nigeria right now have turned to destitute. That is just exactly what is playing out. This is not a matter of we all are Nigerians, that somebody can live anywhere. The truth of the whole matter is that this government has created a multitude, an army of destitutes in Nigeria by sinking the poor people, the middle class into poverty. And the poor people right now have littered everywhere. They do not know their left and the right. They don't know where the next meal is coming from. That is why they are migrating from east to west, north and south right now. They're searching for just food to eat. And it's unfortunate. Atiku has been like this. It's just that people always stampede his opinion whenever he speaks out. Atiku is not like APC playing opposition. Atiku play opposition with anywhere meaning Nigeria who mean well for this country should listen to what Atiku is saying. Atiku have his policy documents intact to govern Nigeria. APC have only propaganda lies and deceit. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you very much.
APC people will disagree with you. They have a renewed up document they are working with. Yes, now, didn't you read it? How you look at me like that?
All right, let's wrap things up this morning with some WhatsApp messages and Facebook messages. Thank you for staying with us. Good morning, Sandra and Fuad, as well as the other lady, that's Sage. I recall envy you people for the pain. Okay, I really envy you people for the pain you and others in other stations are going through to give us this information and analysis. I wonder how you feel after all this, because it gives me such sorrow listening to all of this. Me, I'm depressed. Don't be depressed. Don't do that. Mr. Nero from Akute, we are giving you hugs and
right here from the studio. All these audio hugs. Don't believe it, Mr. Nero.
Tokens and prayers.
All these audio hugs
in your WhatsApp box.
That's what they do.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate your, empathy. Thank you. All right. We also have here. Good morning. I think we should all agree not to vote.
Let's vote.
I will not voting. Let's vote. Let people vote. Mr. Dayo from Ogba. All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, Sandra and Fuad. What do you get when government's way of building economy is sharing of palliatives that benefit those in government and their allies more than the targeted audience, and refusing to fix the appropriate sectors that will evolve the economy? Are we not bereft of ideas? Those children are another danger waiting to strike on all of us in the future, and the government must immediately arrest this situation. For Atiku, he is on the right track by succinctly stating it the way it is. But this government, as we all know, will not listen to him or anyone, and soon government will reply him by attacking or insulting him. Thank you very much. Well, as the saying goes, that the children you do not take care of today will become, the threats that you will have to face tomorrow. All right, so it's very important for us to pay attention to these little details. Thank you very much, Said Fuad, for your time. Okwemi Akiyonde will be in the Situation Room by 4 p.m. and Said Fuad on Political Roundtable on Sunday by 6 a.m.
I think my psychologist is back in the country, so we should have a fantastic conversation.
Awesome. All right, and for those who would like to, have trends in the papers in Yoruba language, tomorrow, Saturday morning by 6 a.m., we have trends in the papers where atunyewo of all the major headlines in the past
in Yoruba language.
6
a.m. to 8 a.m. in the
6 a.m. to 8 a.m. All right. We still have a lot to do today. All right. Sage will still come on for Health Plus much later on. But coming up next now is our View Half Hour. Stay with us.